Hello friends, Those Back Pages here. I hope you're well. Well, I've just returned. Well, here's my day 2 National Chicago, here in Chicago 2019 recap video for day 2. It was another great day at the show. A lot happened, so there's a good amount of stuff to go over. Day started out meeting friends again, trying to hit the floor a little early and find stuff, hopefully, that I would like to pick up, and I did. And I wound up picking up 3 slabs, a raw card, and then a bunch of other stuff, which I'll explain in a minute. So I spoke to a card friend of mine, John, that I met last year. If you've seen my video of my pickups from last year's show, where I picked up a bunch of Derek Jeter stuff, which was nice and timely, since they've continued to go up in price now. But anyway, I asked him if he had any Acuna pajama cards, and he had. So I went in and picked up 3. I picked up this Select Aqua. You know what? This time I'm going to go turn the light on. Hold on. It's ridiculous. I was talking to Alex. No, it was JT, I think. Yeah, I was talking to JT about that. Oh, that's much better. Here we go. This is the Aqua Ronald Acuna pajamas. Numbered to 299 on the back. Machine numbered, which won't show up, so we won't bother. Then I picked up the 2018 Chronicles Prism Hyper Ronald Acuna, which is also quite shiny. This is numbered to 299 on the back. And lastly from John, the 2018 Pinnacle Chronicles Contenders Optic Ruby Wave. How's that? There we go. And this is numbered to 199 on the back. Then, let's see. Then I went by the Baseball Card Exchange booth, and they had a limit of 1 for today's daily special. Was a $1 Donruss Griffey rookie. So, Donruss Griffey rookie for $1. Can't beat that. Then walked around some more, met more YouTubers than I've ever met in my life. More than I can possibly remember to mention right now. So I will not do so. But you know who you are, and you know you are appreciated. And then the show came to a close, and it was time for the Topps Q&A. It was well run as always, and plenty of free food and beer for those who drink it. And it was a good time, and a lot of questions were asked and answered, and I asked about a couple of my favorite topics, one being 2018 Allen and Ginter Wood Minis, and where are they? And they still don't know, but they've done these, pretty much sounds like they've done a complete investigation and are not going to know where they are. So that means they might be out there in a case somewhere, all 200 plus in one case. So go ahead and rip some, you never know. Then I also asked about etching. Those of you who have watched my channel for a long period of time know that I love etching. Let me see if I can show you what etching is on one of these Acunas, because Panini, it might not show up, but I don't don't have a card with me, but etching is the outline on a not just the silhouette outline on a player, but the complete jersey uniform lines, and very prevalent on Prism products. Anyway, so Clay, the boss at Topps, went ahead and took a survey who had heard of, who knew what etching was, and about 10% of us raised our hands. Then he explained what etching was and asked how many would like to see etching come back, and about all but one person, like 99% of people raised their hands. And then he asked who would not like to see etching come back, and one guy had to be that guy and raised his hand. Then a bunch more. They did a bunch of prizes like giveaways, raffles, and overall it seemed to be a very positive experience. And then on the way out, we were given a choice of a gift bag or like a notepad or something. I already have enough bags, and I had grabbed the bag anyway because I knew somebody I knew would need one, so I grabbed one. And I managed to find, a friend of mine that almost immediately outside is like, man, I didn't get any bags. They ran out. So I gave him mine. And, but also everyone on the way out got one free, which they've become known for, which is, I think, why the Q&A is so much popular than it has been in the past. And, you would think free question and answers and free food would be enough, but they've been starting to, for the last 4 or 5 years now, give each person when they leave the room, the ballroom, they get a autograph card. So this year's subject, last year was Lindor. They've done Ian Happ, they've done Jose Abreu. Well, this year they did Pete Alonso in 1986 form. They did 3 different last year they started this year they continued it. 3 different images, each numbered to 50. Pete has this follow-through swing, has a pre-at-bat swing, and then he has one where he's rounding the bases. So I was given this copy, and was serial numbered 50 of 50, and my friend Alan, who you saw in an earlier video, who's not a Mets fan or a baseball fan, was given number 20 of 50, and I asked him if we could trade. He said absolutely. So this one here on the back, I don't know if it'll show up on the camera, but this one is numbered 20 of 50, which, man, that lighting is just horrible, is numbered 20 of 50, which is his uniform number. It's worse. So, in the style of 86 Topps, which, of course, someone of my age is going to be a big fan of. So, that was quite amazing, because there's only 50 of this particular picture, and I don't think they'll be using it again, and especially with the logo, and it's autographed, it's an on-card auto, so I own a Pete Alonso autograph now. So thank you, Topps, and that one I actually meant sincerely. So that wrapped up the day at the convention center. And then we headed over to Dave, Blue Jacket 66, and Mike, Baseball Collectors, YouTube gathering at the Hyatt Hotel lobby and bar. And the 3 of us had discussed this in the spring. Thought it might be a good idea to have a place for YouTubers to get together and talk about anything they'd like. and not have to worry about, like, oh, am I holding him from looking at cards on the floor during the show hours. It also gave people something to do when there were no show hours. So if you didn't have anything to do, and you didn't feel like, just, all right, it's the show's over, I'm gonna go eat and then go to sleep. But if you wanted to do something, actually, socialize with people, it gave you an opportunity to show up and do so. And it was actually, I would say it was a smashing success. I didn't count how many people, but I would say 40, upwards of 40 or more people showed up, I would say. And everyone really had a good time. What Dave was doing was he took a box of 87 Topps, a box of 1990 Fleer, and a box of 1991 Topps Traded, which was made infamous in his Jabs Family parody video, which you must go watch now if you've not. I do believe that is the current episode that he's released. It is quite funny if you know who Jabs Family is. Anyway, so he had the 87 Topps, the 90 Fleer, and the 91 Topps Traded boxes, and everyone gets to open one pack to start, and then if there's any left, you open another if you like. But what he did was resealed some of the packs with vintage cards in them. Someone pulled a Ricky Henderson rookie. Somebody pulled, a pack with 5 or 6, really high condition commons and some league leaders. I think I saw someone get a Mano Maris league leader. And I was fortunate enough to get a 61 Topps Stan Musial. I mean, look at this thing. It's in great shape. Stan the man. What more needs to be said about him? But before that, when I first got there, Dave called me over and said, hey, I got something for you. So I went over and I said, and he pulled it out, and it was this 1972 Icy set, which is it's just an incredible set. I mean, it's kind of like, I guess the best way to describe it is like a 7-Eleven, like a Slurpee that's an Icy, for those old enough to remember. But I think he wasn't even, and I have no idea, but he wasn't sure how these were distributed. But, the names in these are incredible. Maravich, Will Chamberlain, Jabbar, Connie Hawkins, Murphy, Jerry West. There's an Oscar Robertson in here. I mean, this is just incredible, the entire set. And thank you so much, Dave. I mean, that was totally unnecessary and absolutely appreciated. I mean, that's just, that's pretty incredible. 1972. So I got that from him, and then I saw another gentleman, Brentwood Sports Cards and Collectibles. I'm not familiar with his channel yet, but I'm definitely going to go and check them out. He approached me, asked me if my name was Eric. I said yes. He said, I have something for you. And I said, thank you very much. And he handed me a package with that card in it and this nice little wristband YouTube card community. And a 2017 Patrick Mahomes rookie. So sure enough, Patrick Mahomes rookie. How great is that? I did not have that yet. Patrick Mahomes rookie. So, if you had watched my video from earlier today, that I opened the 3 packs of 85 Topps in the hunt for the wallet card, my favorite card of all time, you saw I was unable to pull one. And quite a few of the guys were with me, and they were watching, which made it even more exciting, to be honest with you. And I even saved the gum for my friend Dustin to chew, so he'll be chewing that shortly. And But so we went our separate ways, and then when I saw Mark again afterwards, he said, "Come here a minute, I have something to give you." And he he went ahead and handed me this. He goes, "Since you didn't get it before, I think it's going to be in this one. So I want you to open it at the get-together tonight." And not that I forgot about it, but with so much going on, I never got around to opening it. So I told him, I'm going to open it for you guys right here. And that's what I'm going to do right now. So let's see if there's a Topps 85 620 hit. There's the gum. All right, nice and green. Oh, look at that, right off the bat. Jim Rice, rookie. Not a rookie. Jim Rice, Hall of Famer. The Ernest, not a Hall of Famer. Bill Allman, not a Hall of Famer. George Vukovich. Wow, I haven't heard that name in a very long time. Keith Moreland. Pete Falcone, ex-Met. Lynn Jones. Game card. Kurt Bavacqua. There's a name. Gary Matthews. Frank Viola. Tony Scott with the airbrushed. Ray Fontenot. John Henry Johnson. Haven't heard that name in a long time. Oh, no, I think Bob Lewis might have mentioned that name today. Matt Young. And, oh, look at that. Haha, one of the best baseball names ever. Rusty Kuntz. That's how it's pronounced, boys and girls. Rusty Kuntz. That is a classic card. Unfortunately, no 620 Gooden, but that was fun. So thank you very much, Mark. So then we had the YouTubers started to roll in some more. And I got to meet a great fellow YouTuber, one of my favorites, is Bowman53, which is Alex, which, if you're not watching his channel, I don't know what to tell you, because you should certainly already be, because the man's focus is about as amazing as can be. He's collecting the 53 Bowman color set, and only the 53 Bowman color set. I think he's down to 10, which he did not promise me he would finish here at the show, but I tease him about it. But anyway, every once in a while I mention on his channel that, he'll show off a really nice card, and he'll pull out this loop to show us, the viewer, a better view of it, like pointing out, hey, why was it maybe this possibly a signed grade? And he's got great loop. So when I first saw it, I said, Alex, please, how about you give us some information on that loop? And, eventually he got back to me. He said, oh, no, it's just your basic average loop. And yada, yada, yada. All right. Time would go by, and I'd ask him again. Yada, yada, yada. And, all right. Well, maybe it's old and they don't make it anymore. My thought process. So tonight when I see him, thanks to YouTube, I actually know who he is instantly. And I go up and I say, hello. And he says, I have something for you. Said something to the effect that was very funny, that it's the best thing you're ever going to get at the show. It made me laugh, and he handed it to me, and lo and behold, it is not his game used loop, but it is the same exact model that he uses, which is fantastic. Now, I think the key is that this part is clear. That you hold it up and you can really get a good, when you have actual light, you can get a good steady view with it sitting, right there, and it's getting the good light in there, and you can really focus. So again, thank you, Alex, very much. That is very kind of you, and very, very much appreciated. And I'll try my best to do well with it, showing you guys some cards in the future. So there you have it, a rather long-winded review of day 2 of this year's National, which was amazingly fun and a good time. And I had the Slabgate shirt on today, and it was very positive. And actually, on the way, just before coming back to the room, Chris Carlin, the boss essentially at Upper Deck, he came up to me while we were at the bar and said, "I really like your shirt." Gave me a good laugh, and we stopped. He had a small conversation, and we took a picture together. So that was fun. I've known Chris a long time. So yeah, I hope to see, we hope to see a couple new guys tomorrow. New tubers would be great. So if you see me, say hello. And don't be shy. As always, you matter. Always learning. Keep learning. And be kind.